Hello there, my name is Grayman, and in today's video I'm going to teach you some of the confusing words that really confuse a lot of people. So people will be confused by these words. They do not know which to use and how to use. So I'm going just to pick up the most common ones that I've seen some of my students always get confused when they come to use these words. Confused means they are not sure what to do. Should I use this one or this one? And which one is correct and which one is not? Borrow. To borrow is to do what? People confuse borrow with the other verb here. It's called lend. I wanted to borrow something, then I would take something from you. If, for example, I'll come to you and say, can I borrow $20 from you? Then that means I'm going to take it from you. Okay? And if you say yes, then you give it to me, then you are lending me $20. So to borrow is to take, and to lend is to give. Okay? So I'll ask you a loan. Give me a loan, I borrow some money from you, I take some money from you. I give you, then I lend you a loan, then you have to pay me back later. Make, do. People also confuse these two verbs. What is the meaning of to do and what is the meaning of to make? To make is to instruct. For example, you would talk to somebody, say, I'll make you to do this action or that action. Especially like parents at home, they would say, I'll make you to do the homework. That means I'm going to tell you to do the homework. I'm instructing you, giving you orders, do it. You don't have any option to say no. I make you means that I force you to do this. I instruct you as a parent. I use my parental authority in order to make you to do it, to force you to do it. That is to instruct you. Also we say create. Create, for example, if I wanted to make something from the scratch, I'm going to create a list. I'm going to make a list, or I'm going to create a list means I'm going to make a list. When it comes to the word mistake here, so many of my students, different levels of English, they would always say, I do a mistake, and that is not correct. Do not say, I do mistakes. Say, I make a mistake, or I made, if it's in the past. I made a mistake. Don't say, I do or I did a mistake. Say, I make a mistake. All humans make mistakes, right? I make mistakes, you make mistakes, she makes mistakes. When it is in the past, say, I made a mistake. So here, this one say made, just put it very clear, made a mistake or make a mistake. Do not say do mistake. Do is not correct. Don't use do a mistake. Is that clear? Okay. And then do. To do something is to try to carry out something. For example, I do the activity that I was asked to do, or the homework that I have to do, say, do the homework, okay? To carry out something, for example, to do the homework, to do the activity, or the task that you had to do. I did my task, I did my part. So did here, or do, or have done is different than make. Meet. First of all, I don't want you to confuse two words, meet and meet. The first one is written M-E-E-T, and the second one M-E-A-T. The latter one, this one here, is the flesh that we get from the animals, whether it is beef or lamb, or even we get some meat, white meat from chicken and from fish. That's called meat here, this one. Okay? Okay. Some people do not eat meat. For sometimes it only depends on other things other than meat. So I eat only vegetables. I don't eat meat. But now I eat both. And this meat here, this is what we are targeting here. The word meet here, okay, if you see a person for the first time, you say, I meet him for the first time, or I meet her for the first time ever. Remember, we met last year. That one was the first time. That was the first time when you and I met. So to see a person for the first time, that means to meet. If somebody approached you and say, well, my name is so-and-so, and then you say, my name, oh, we met. That means we met before. I'm saying this because if you meet somebody for the first time, you say, how do you do? And then you shake hands and say, how do you do? That's when you see or you meet a person for the first time and say, nice to meet you too. Then let's say you would see the same person later after a month. Then you say, oh, my name, say, oh, we met. That means we met for the first time. You don't need to say this once again. Another meaning for the word to meet is to be in contact, okay? Yesterday, I was in a mall and I met a friend of mine. That means he and I get into contact and we talk to one another for sometimes after years, okay? That's to meet is to see somebody. And to arrange to see somebody, for example, if a friend of mine will ask me, oh, did you meet our new teacher? Well, no, I didn't have a chance to come to meet him, but I will arrange to see him. I will meet him. I will meet him means I will make time, make an appointment, and I'll go and meet him. These two words here are also very confusing. The only difference is here A and here O. There is a difference in pronunciations and different in meaning as well. If you look at this one, this is called adopt. Adopt. Adopt is to get used to a place or to a weather. If, for example, you move from North America, let's say from Canada to somewhere in the Middle East or in Africa, okay? So then when you get there for the first few days, you would not like the weather because it is terribly hot, or vice versa. If a person from the Middle East or from Africa or from Asia goes up north to Canada, in particular, it's terribly cold, so you need sometimes until you get used to the weather, until you adapt to the weather. So to adapt to the weather, to get used to it, you accept it, then you live accordingly. That's the word adopt. Also, the word adopt means to change. We say, for example, well, that company adopted the rules and then they're using it, or they adopted whatever menu and then they resell it, whatever they do. To adopt is to make some change or something, and then you would use it or sell it out. This adopt. Adopt here is to claim or to take something to be yours. It's called adoption or to adopt. Some people who do not have children or do not want to have children, they would go somewhere and adopt a child to be my own child. In some cultures, that is not acceptable, but in other cultures, that's very common. And there are a lot of people who would go to Asia or to Africa, and they would adopt a child to be their own child and then take that child to wherever they come from. These are the confusing words. If you have any words that you want me to teach you, just write to me, and I will be happy to make a video for you. My name is Grayman, and if you like this video, you can subscribe, give me a thumb up, and see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.